Hello and welcome to a new edition of True Audio Files. So, this week I was really hoping that I would be able to share a sound quality shootout with you on this album specifically. As many of you probably know, Kraft had done a one-step similar to the one-steps that are done by MoFi for this album. I was one of the lucky ones to be able to purchase a copy of that album. And I got a notice on, I think, Saturday or Sunday of last week that it had shipped. And I said, well, hey, look, awesome. I can do a sound quality shootout this week for it. So I was really anticipating that. But some things seemed to happen on the way to my house for this album, and it sounds like I am not alone on this either. There seems to be quite a few people having a similar issue. And that is, it arrived at a postal facility in Illinois, not too far from where I believe the distribution center is where they were shipped. And they are still in limbo since Monday night, and they say they're pending acceptance or something to that effect. So I'm like, all right, a couple days, it shouldn't be fine. Well, here we are. I'm recording this on a Saturday morning, and they still are sitting in that same status. So they're still pending acceptance. And from what I've gathered on social media, there are quite a few others that have the same tracking information I do about that title. So, somewhere in Illinois, there is a large stash of the Yusuf Lateef Eastern Sounds one-steps, just waiting to be shipped out to people who are probably impatiently waiting for them like I am. So I've had some issues with shipping, not as much lately as I did during the hardest hit parts of COVID and nearing the holiday season last year. I have not really had any issues with shipping that I can think of since the holidays, though, and this one's pretty insane. I've tried looking it up on the Post's office website, and I've tried calling them, and they basically just say, we have no more information than the tracking information than you have. So I've written an email to Kraft telling them about the situation, making sure they understand that I know that I'm not the only one that's having this problem. So we'll see how that pans out. I wrote that on, I want to say Friday morning, and I have not heard back yet. So it's been almost a day, and I have not heard back from them about the status of that and what they are going to try to do for us, if anything. So hopefully I will have it for next week so I can do a sound quality shootout for it. I'd love to be able to let you know my thoughts and what I think about it overall and the packaging and all that, because I never got the first one step, the John Coltrane one. So I'd love to hear if you were one of the lucky ones that were able to purchase that Kraft one step, and if you're having the same shipping issues I am. I've been hearing about some people receiving them. It seems to be mostly overseas people, so they may have different distribution for the overseas people, but I'd really love to hear your take if you actually purchased it and have the same situation as me, or if you've already received them, especially if you're in the U.S. and you've already received your copy. I'd really like to hear your story on that one. So that was the biggest part of what I wanted to talk about this week. Some of the other odds and ends that are not really odds and ends, they're kind of big stories if you're music fans, especially if you're fans of the artists that are affected by this. But first and foremost, for me anyway, Shock G, who was born Gregory Edwards Jacobs, who is most notably known for this album right here, or this song right here, I should say. That's actually a cartoon characterization of him. Died this week. He was 57. One interesting thing that I had actually read this week that I was not aware of beforehand was that the song Same Song, I believe it is, actually has a very young Tupac Shakur making an appearance, a short rap appearance on that song before he was signed to his label deal and became the big successful Tupac Shakur that he is. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So Shock G and AKA Gregory Edwards Jacobs gave him his shot, his opening to become the famous person he was. So that was interesting news. The also other interesting news, or less interesting to me, but I'm sure that there are people out there that are of my age or a little older that were fans of these people because they were very big. Les McCowan, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly, from the Bay City Rollers, died this week also. He was 65. So I know that they were very big in the 70s, and probably before I really started really getting into music, and I never really got into them. I'm sure I know some of their songs. So, but it's sad to see a lot of these 70s musicians, and in this case, late 80s, early 90s musicians dying off so young. So that's really most of my video this week. It's going to be kept a little short just because I was hoping and planning on doing a sound quality shootout with the Eastern Sounds One Step in this version of the album, which is the OGC or OJC pressing, which is a newer pressing. So anyway, that's everything I've got for this week. I hope you have a good week. I would love to hear some comments from you. Maybe tell me your stories of your fun and enjoyment of listening to the Digital Underground or Bay City Rollers, or also maybe let me know about your shipping experience with the Eastern Sounds One Step. I hope you got yours ready if you ordered it. But that is all for this week. If you would please subscribe to my channel. If you liked this video, please like it. And if you want to make comments, please do so as well. And if you want to know when my new videos come out, please hit that alert bell. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I've got the links below where you could sign up and join my groups or accounts on all those social medias, if you will. So anyway, that's everything I've got for this week. Thank you very much, and you have a great one.